All right, welcome back. We're back onto this Honda, and as you can see, this thing's got more wobble than the Weebles. We're gonna get this thing fixed up. If you're interested in watching the video, stick around because this is gonna be a good one. All right, so if you watched my last video on this Husqvarna here, you'll know we did some front wheels on it because those wheels were wrecked. This one needs some rear wheels too because these things have seen their time. Now, a lot of the time, the bearings on these wheels will actually get seized to the shaft, so it might take a couple whacks with a mallet to get them off. And as you can see, the bearing stayed on, came out of the wheel. So getting these bearings off can sometimes be a pain in the butt. Yeah, if you had a puller, I guess you could use that. I don't really have one of those because I never use them. So a lot of the times we just use brute force to pop it off. And then when all else fails, you just cut them off. There you go. She's off. Now let's see if we get to play around with this side too. Of course we do. Got it. All right, so now that we have the wheels out of our way, we got to figure out how to fix this wobble. Now, these holes are completely oblonged out. They're just destroyed. This thing's been wobbling for probably years, so it's really done a number on the actual steel. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to weld this. It's going to be perfect. It's going to hold up strong, longer than if I would have just put some new nuts and bolts in there. It'll just end up wiggling itself out again because, again, this hole right here is completely oblonged. It's just not going to hold. So I think a weld is going to be the best option on both sides to tighten this back up and make it last many more years. You can see on this side, somebody's already tried to stabilize this thing and it still didn't work. We even got a rivet down here. And yes, I had my safety glasses on. All right, so I'm happy where that is. So let's weld her up. All right, we got this side tacked up. Let's weld her up. Definitely battled a little more paint on this side than the other side, but plenty happy with those. I still kind of got it. Not bad. Yeah, that was my first time using that welder on 110. Usually I have it on 220, but it doesn't reach to this bench. So I have 110 over here. I switch it over. It worked pretty good. Definitely like welding on 220 a little bit better though. All right, so of course I don't have any paint for these welds. So I'll have to get some paint so we can cover up these welds so they don't rot away. Just gonna clean up these shafts here. We'll hit them with a little bit of Never Seas. And then we will slide our new wheel right on. Perfect. Cinch it down with the nut. we'll do the same on this side. Get all that crap off of there. A little bit of never sees. A lot of it, I guess. Slide our new wheel back on. Beautiful. All right, so just like that, we got the wobble out of the weeble. This thing's absolutely solid, and it's going to live on. And she's going to live on to see another day. So that's part two of this. So that's part two of this Honda, I guess you could say. Part three will just be a general tune-up, and then we're going to put a new drive belt on it as well. But we'll do that in the whole tune-up video. So pumped about this. This came out perfect. Couldn't be happier with the way it turned out. This thing's got some fresh new wheels on it. All right, and just like that, we took the wobble out of the weeble. This thing's absolutely solid now. I couldn't be happier with the way it turned out. So that kind of concludes part two of this Husqvarna. Part three, I guess we're just going to do the general tune-up on it. We are going to replace the drive belt during that. But like I said, I couldn't be happier with the way this turned out. This thing is super solid. It's going to live on to see another day. So a little different type of repair for you guys. Thanks for watching. Any questions, leave them down in the comment. We're going to finish the tune-up on this thing, get it off the bench so we can get on to the next one.